while since we've done anything, but we're still around. Appreciate all the feedback we've had with our series, which we call This is Walu, Now Forget About It. So I want to show a little bit tonight about one of the techniques off the self-defense board. This technique, as we practiced it in the years past, I've never really liked that much, but that just means when you see a technique, it's a representation of energy. We have to think, did Casey think this up without much mind consideration? I don't think so. I think there's something when someone, especially like Master Casey or some other teacher, when they want to showing something, they want you to get the idea of it. Now, if it's just to memorize something, then you have to question whether or not that's a valid pursuit. But if they're trying to show you an energy or some type of idea that it has a universal truth to it, then I think it's worth looking at and studying. So we're going to work on something tonight that I hope you'll find interesting. The last thing is, if you're shown something and it doesn't make sense, it wasn't passed down, it wasn't taught not to make sense. There's something there that you need to learn from it, and perhaps you're looking at it from just the individual technique aspect and not looking at it so much from the idea, which is what I just said 2 or 3 different ways, but it's the same thing. Okay, here we go. You got us, Roy? Watch, this is not, and got our feet, this is not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about this type thing here. That's a different idea. And we'll look at that later. That's one I really don't like because my knees can't take it. Focus on the lower part here. Okay, now back where you can see us all. So it's not like this, but it's here like that. I know I've just got past this much distance, and there's all kind of stop hits and other things that bad things can happen. Okay, but we're playing like that. I'm working out of a different time than George is, which in reality, if you're a good Kaisai boxer, you're really not working in the same time that this person is. So I move around and kick like that. I follow up like this. You okay, George? Mm-hmm. 12 hours of work. Still ticking like a Timex clock. Now from here, this comes and cuts back. Wow. So Casey, we'll do it something like this. Okay, we good? This is Anthony McGee. He's another good student. Say hi, Anthony.
How you doing?
Good. See, there he is. Okay, hey everybody, here we are. Watch. I know that I've got that distance to cover like I was talking about a minute ago. But what if I'm just here? What if we're already in close? Then I can do this, depending on where my weight is, like that. See, I'm not wanting him to go back like that. I'm wanting him to come into me so I can get him with something like that. There he is. Wham, there he is, okay? That's what we're looking for. I want to show you something, the same idea. In this, the guy has just got an iron leg, okay? So he's got big legs. I'm trying to, he's got his weight in this leg, right? I can't do him. He's here, I come in, he has stonewalled me here. This is not going to happen. So watch this. See that? That's a form of seating. So I come here, he's not going anywhere. Drop into it. And then that works. Very good. From the other side, thank you sir. From the other side, I'm in here. I don't like shin on shin. I never have. It hurts my shins, maybe more than it hurts theirs. But when you do this, it really can hurt theirs and their knee a lot more. if you seat in like that, it's a good thing to do. So what Casey would show, sometimes he would do this, and then when they would bend, when that head would come down, he would do this or an elbow. Okay, so I hope you like that. Take from it what you want to. Talk bad about us if you want to. That's okay. We just do what we do. And that's Walu. So now you forget about it. When we're doing these things, I know the quality of the attack or the quality of the technique is solely dependent on how the guy attacks. If he attacks in a very committed way, everybody's happy, we can practice the technique as we're doing it. When I see a keto, the way, if the keto's good or if the keto's bad, really depends on how the uke attacks. So same thing with this, what we're doing here. If it's a half committed attack, if it's doesn't have a lot of energy with it, then you have to make up your own energy, and that can cause a problem. But if the guy gives you a good attack, then you can work with it, and with your energy is strong, you're not going to hurt him. Except for a little soreness when you do this. But it's not a make-believe thing. And I always tell you, when I talk to my YouTube people, when I talk to my students, don't worry, what I teach never works. It's crazy. It ain't never going to work. But the principles behind it, the principles that we find in Chinese boxing, will always work, and I think that's the key. So we want to keep that in mind. It doesn't take some kind of great grandmaster to set somebody up, tell them how to attack, and then be able to do a technique. That's really not, what kind of level of skill is that, right? But in order to learn, in order to feel the energy we're looking for, in order to work with someone, feel the contact, get the timing, then we're gonna set this stuff up. But everybody that has any sense knows you don't set up things in the real situation. But I don't go in a lot of places where I have to use it anyway. But that's just my thoughts on this thing as we travel down the road. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll try to get more out in a more timely manner. Okay, great, thanks.
Dexter Bradley said, I'm really not sure. The cop said a poor boy like you can use a break. We got you for the motel job and you're talking to your friend Bello. You don't want to have to go back to jail, be a nice fellow.